Reverend Steve, keeping it simple. We're still in the book of Revelation, and we're in chapter 6. And I've been discussing uh, the events of the seven seals. Now, if you don't know, the seventh seal is not broken until Revelation 8. So there's a whole nother chapter here between the last seal, which is 6, to 7. And it's quite amazing what happens in that piece of scripture in Revelation 7. And it kind of lays everything out. And what I want to do is like do a little recap of what we've been discussing and how this fits with other pieces of scripture, and they all meld together perfectly. In Revelation 14, it talks about the three angels proclaiming the order of events. Talks in Revelation 6, which I've laid out, that the four horsemen relate with the three angels and what they proclaim. It also, if you take this scripture, which is absolutely amazing, just do this one day. Do a study between Matthew 24 and Revelation 6 and go through the horsemen and all the seals. They match perfectly with all the events that Jesus speaks about before his return. Especially the one we just talked about with the sun being blotted out of the sky. You know, all those things at the end of Matthew 24, Jesus speaks about before his coming. We just spoke about those leaders and those who are being judged hiding in the rocks and saying the rocks to fall down on them to hide them from the face of he who comes in the name of the Lord. So that's a lot of heavy stuff. And when you put the scriptures together like that, like I've always described it as a layer cake, as God is putting forth his truth, but it's not just one perspective, it's many perspectives telling the same story. And when you put the scriptures together like that, like Matthew 24, Revelation 6, Revelation 14, the harlot of 17 and 18 being destroyed, they all go together perfectly. It's not, read Revelation 1 and then go up to the end, and that's how the order of things happens. No, it is layered upon one scripture and one prophecy upon another. And we're going to go dive in to Revelation 7 and go through that and see how that fits into everything else. And it's quite amazing.